everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers. I am here to plan the week of July 3rd in my Hobonichi Cousin, and this is my first real full week in here. I did go back and back plan last week, mostly just to play around with how I wanted to use stickers in here, but I was using my weeks last week. And so we'll see how this goes. There's not a ton for the rest of the summer that's gonna go in the weekly spread, but I'm already making really good use of the daily pages. So I'm actually filming this on Tuesday morning because my parents were still here yesterday, but I love all of the space on the dailies, and I'll keep playing around with how I want to use these pages, but I really like all the space that's here and the flexibility of the layout compared to the Daily Duo, which I really like the Daily Duo and it served me well for a long time, but I love being able to flex this. Like today's a day I've got stuff to do, but I don't really need to make a daily schedule. So anyway, so the weekly, I'm not gonna have a ton this week, so this should be pretty quick and easy to fill in. But again, I like the idea of having this weekly overview. But it is different than like last summer when I was using the Erin Condren Hourly, where I was trying to put my to-dos and things that were scheduled all in this spread. Really, my plan is to put things that are scheduled in here, kind of an overview of the week, and then I can get into the nitty gritty on my daily pages. And then I'm using the Moxie Life to set up like what I want to do for the week, my priorities for the week, overarching to-dos, and then I can put them into the daily pages every day. So that's what's going on. And so the kit that I'm using, because it is 4th of July week, I am using kit 174. And which is fireworks. So I have the Cousin Essentials sheet, the Cousin full boxes, the Cousin boxes and labels, journaling, and the deco, which I've already used a little bit on my daily pages. So let's get down to it. So last week was a busy week for us because we had the specialist appointment for Daniel on Monday, which went really well, and I appreciate everybody who asked about that and wanted to follow up. So I feel like we got some really good clarity and answers, and we really like the doctor. We don't need to go back anytime soon, which is good, but we got some good insights into next steps. So that's all good. But it was a long day because it was on the other side of the state. So it was a long day, but Daniel was a champ in the car, and we're really glad that we had access to be able to do that. Doing this because it's the new layout that I'm still getting used to. And so yeah, and then we also had on Sunday was Daniel's baptism, and that went really well and was really, really special. And we had, my parents came, and then Brian's family came, and we had a lunch afterwards, and it was just a really nice day. And I'm so grateful that we both have good, normal families who want to get together and celebrate things like that. So we had a great time, and I'm just gonna white out the Saturday and Sunday that are darker, so that I don't need to see those through the date strips. So that was, I'm trying to think what else happened last week. It wasn't super exciting, but yeah, really good time with my parents. And oh, I guess Brian and I went to see a movie while my parents were here because they offered to watch Daniel while we did something. And I had not seen a movie in a theater since before COVID. So I'm guessing probably like Christmas 2019 was, Brian and I were trying to remember what the last movie we saw in a theater was, and we couldn't remember, but it was probably at Christmas 2019 was the last time we'd seen a movie in a theater. So that is, it had been a while, clearly, but we went to see Asteroid City. We are big Wes Anderson fans, and we really enjoyed it. Not my favorite Wes Anderson movie, but I really enjoyed it, and I think it was like the funniest Wes Anderson movie I'd seen. Like, there's a kind of dry humor to his stuff, but not like laugh out loud funny. And there were a few parts where there were a lot of people, well, okay, there were not a lot of people seeing the movie, but the people who were there, we were all laughing out loud together. So we really enjoyed it, and it was fun to get to see that, especially because we had Wes Anderson's last movie, which was the French Dispatch. Brian had, for my birthday in 2020, he'd said, we'll go see the movie when it comes out. And my birthday was early March. So it was before everything shut down from COVID. So it was like, oh, we're gonna go see this. And then we eventually got the DVD when it came out and saw it at home. So it felt like long overdue that we were gonna go see a Wes Anderson movie in the theater. Okay, I need to turn the planner to get this sticker down right. And I'm not sure if I really, if I'm gonna keep covering this up or not. Okay, and this is really weird because this sticker fit perfectly. I wonder if these pages are not quite trimmed right, because it fit perfectly in last week's spread, but it didn't fit perfectly here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. The sticker hangs over a little bit, and it's weird because I was positive I had this the right size, and then I had done a mock spread where it didn't fit, and then I did the spread last week where it did fit. So I wonder if these pages aren't quite trimmed exactly. So maybe I won't keep covering this up, because it's not, the dark gray really isn't too obtrusive. So I don't know, we'll see about that. Okay, so that's kind of the base. And then this was one thing so here's all the stuff that I'm trying to figure out still, is like exactly what I want to cover up with this like sidebar full box. I guess I don't really mind having the July part show still. That's not terrible. So maybe I'll just cover up the calendar with this. And then you still see the July. Okay, and then, so if you saw my haul and pen test video, I was still on the fence about what pen to use. For now, at least, I'm using the Sarasa Mark-On .4. You can see in the daily pages, I really like how this has written. I think it really has not smeared at all, and I like how fine it is. I did not expect that I would be able to write. I don't have super tiny handwriting, and like here, I was trying to double space it, but I realized I really can just write on one line, and this is a nice fine tip. So for now, at least, this is the pen that I'm going to be using. I ordered a bunch more of these. I might change my mind, but for now, I'm happy with this one. So this is the week of July 3rd through 9th. And then in the sidebar, I'm going to put dinners in the Monday through Sunday box. I'm putting that header there, but I need to make some stickers that say dinner or something. But I'll know what's going on. Let's see, get that lined up. Yeah, I guess I should have used a box to label it, but again, I know what's what, and I'll go ahead and write in here. So pretty much we have a lot of leftovers from the weekend, so we're gonna have leftovers for several nights. And then we're gonna need to go to the grocery store again. So that is my my meal planning right now. Because with my parents coming, we had got on a weird grocery schedule, and doing the big baptism lunch. So we're on a weird grocery schedule. So leftovers for the next few nights, and then we'll go from there. And let's get this weekend sticker put down. Although this week is one of those weird weeks that like feels like a weekend for a lot of the week, because Brian has yesterday and today off. So I will go ahead and mark that. Find the day off script. I'm still finding my way around these new kits. And let's see, what should I use to mark that? I'll put it on one of these paint swatches. And I think one thing that I'm gonna have to get used to with the Cousin is, on the one hand, it's nice that it's got hours, but I think I wanna totally ignore the hours, because it's not like I'm scheduling things till 2 in the morning. So I think I'm just gonna use it more like a vertical and not pay attention to that. So this is, well, I feel like I should put that it's Brian who has the day off, because I'm not working, but I know that it's Brian who has the day off. So he's got those 2 days off. Then actually, I'm gonna go ahead and put the full boxes down, mostly because when I was doing this one last week, I totally forgot about the full boxes, and I feel like the spacing ended up being weird. So if I go ahead and put them down now, then I can work around them. And again, I don't have very much going on, so I'll make the full boxes look cute. So I'll put this one on the actual 4th, and then just try to alternate the colors a little bit. And I'll put these so that they're staggered but overlapping. I don't want that to line up exactly with the top of that. But okay, I'm getting these to line up too much. I don't want that. stagger these. And also too, with the Cousin full boxes, some of you have already gotten these for other planners, and it's been really fun to see. I think there's a lot of fun possibilities for these in different planners other than just the Cousin. So I'm curious to see what everybody does with these stickers. Let's see, I'll put that up one more. Okay, so we've got my full boxes in, and trying to think how I feel about the staggering. I don't know, maybe I should have put them, no, I don't like them straight across the middle either. Again, I'm playing with this. I'm in a new planner, I'm figuring things out. So, all right, so Monday, Brian had the day off. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here. Then I want to put in my habits in the sidebar. I should do one thing at a time, all over the place here. And last week I did my habits exactly 0 times, which, to be fair, it was super hot last week, and we tried going for a walk one day with Daniel and he was not having it. But this week have already closed my rings on Monday. I'll go ahead and cross that off. We did go for a walk, even though it was hot. It was a slow walk, but we went for a walk. And pump, and I've already done that this morning, so I can cross that off too. Me time, I have not done yet, but we will get there. And then the last thing I will put is what I'm currently reading, and I've been moving very slowly on my current read, even though I'm really enjoying it. I've had a lot going on and have not had quite as much time to read, but hopefully I will finish it this week. But I'm reading a book called Graceling, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a fantasy, it's the start of a fantasy trilogy, so I will definitely be reading all of them, but it's really good and has great characters and some surprising twists, and I think some interesting kind of like ethical quandaries that the characters are dealing with. And so not just, yes, people dealing with tough situations, but not like in a kind of anti-hero kind of way. So I am really enjoying it and would highly recommend it, but it has been going slow. One thing I need to do is go through and actually compile all the books that I've read so far this year, because I've done a fair amount of reading. That's what having a baby and having a baby who needs to be held a lot while they sleep, you have a lot of time for reading. So I need to go through and actually look at my Kindle and see everything that I have read so far this year. So that's what I'm reading this week. Okay, so now my sidebar is done, so now I can actually go on to Monday. So my parents left. Down a box, and then I will get the airplane doodle off of the essentials sheet. Also, I'm realizing I've rearranged my desk a little bit and I moved my lights, and I thought they were okay moved, but I feel like I'm getting some more shadows, so I may need to play around with that. Okay, Mom and Dad leave. And then today on Tuesday, there is nothing else scheduled. It is just the 4th of July. On Wednesday, nothing scheduled. Thursday, let's see. I guess I'll use an appointment label. And again, this is weird where I'm like totally ignoring the hours. I'm actually gonna move this down because I've got an errand I've got to run first. Doctor's appointment, and then I need to go by the city planning department because they are not responding to my emails, and it is right nearby. Then, we were gonna make leftovers last until Wednesday. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna try to make them, well, I've got stuff in the freezer because we have, I've got stuff in the freezer, so I can make, we might need to do a quick grocery run, like maybe Brian goes and gets some groceries on the way home from work on Wednesday, but I'm gonna make grocery shopping happen on Friday. We've got stuff in the freezer we can pull out and wait till do our big groceries until then, because there's only so much going out with Daniel that I can do, or just, he can only be out for so long at once. So doing groceries on Thursday would have to be a separate trip, and that makes for a busy day. We could do it, but I'm gonna make groceries happen on Friday instead. We can make it work. So probably, yeah, leftovers for 3 nights, something from the freezer on Thursday, and then we'll get new groceries for the end of the week. So we'll get groceries on Friday, and then on Saturday we will do a game night with our friends. We were trying to do one either last night or tonight, but one of our friends was out of town and we had totally forgotten about that. So Saturday night will be game night. And then Sunday, we have church. And I will do laundry. Laundry, doodle, and script. And I will also do some planning. So maybe I'll use this guy. Well, actually, how about I use one of these? One of these boxes from the journaling sheet. Perfect. So that's what I've got planned. So again, it's overall a pretty empty week, but it gives me an overview of what's going on. So probably, again, for the summer, the daily pages will probably really be where I'm living, but it's nice to have this overview, and we'll see if there's stuff that I add in as the week goes on. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have some good things planned for your upcoming week, and I will see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.